Hey guys, Tarek with CycloneFPV again, and today we just finished doing the Vista repairs, and like I said, we're going to be going live. I think pretty much all the videos from this point out will most likely be live. It just seems to be easier to stream it out and get it going. So what I'm going to be working on right now is the Rekon 6, actually. I think I said in the video it was going to be a Rekon 5. It's a Rekon 6. Let me show you the screen here. Here we go. All right, so I've already started. Actually, it started on this one and forgot to start the recording process. So bear with me a second. I'm going to get the flight controller that I need, because I think we're going to need to use an FC for this as my testing, and then I brought some GPS modules as well. And it's obviously everything is going crazy. Okay, so anyways, let's get going to this. So the customer bought this from HDLRC and opened an RMA with us. I don't really know what's gone on with this quad very much, but what he's telling me is that, hey Bryce, good afternoon, sir. What he's telling me is that the GPS isn't working and this thing sits in a complete yaw, or it's got a slow yaw spin and something about his, I don't know, his accelerometer or something. I'm not really worried about that. What I was concerned about was checking out the flight controller first, because I noticed a bit of heat coming from it, a little bit more heat than I would normally see, but I'm going to check real quickly. So what we're going to do is we're going to power it up. Now I have unplugged the VTX so that it doesn't interfere with our signal. So let's see what we got. Okay, now one of the things that stands out right off the bat is the fact that we have seemingly a solid blue light on our GPS. I'm going to go ahead and plug this into beta flight. I'm going to see what we're looking at here, see what the settings are like. Okay, and I'll put beta flight on the screen for you guys as well, so you can see what I'm looking at here. All right, so here's what we've got. Let's connect real quick. Reset, calibrate. I'm not really sure about the yaw issue, but I can tell you that the GPS issue. Now the GPS issue, we're going to see. I mean, I'm going to test this out real quickly. What's up, Brandon? What's up? Bad gyro. Yeah, well, that's that's an option, but you have to understand that I get a million people that tell me what's going on, and sometimes it's nothing more than something very simple. I'm going to go grab this GPS unit here. Like just a second ago, right? Just a second ago, I got two Vistas that were on my bench that said there was no OSD, and everybody said, oh, well, you got to replace the diodes. Well, it turns out the OSD was working, and then it's something on his board. So I've brought in a couple extra GPS units as well, so I can look at this, and I want to see if we have a bad GPS unit, but I also, actually the temperature is not bad on this board at all. Well, I mean, it's okay. So let me check something out. We're going to just go bit by bit here, okay? And I'm going to use let's see. Let me see something comparable here. Make sure my wire patterns are the same. And they're not. Okay. So let me pull out this GPS unit here, and let me turn off the power, and let me disconnect all this crap. Now I get to go through this like origami, because these weird prints and everything are all, well, let's just say we gotta get it all done. So let me go ahead and remove the GPS and just verify the wiring as well. I'm gonna put mine aside here. I don't want to get them mixed up. Hope you all have been doing well, guys. It's good to be home and working from home again. I do love my shop, but man, I got my boys here, and we're having fun. Oh my God, I hate this damn thing. Okay, so we're gonna shut this up, and we're gonna disconnect it, so I have to deal with it again. And we will just pop out the VTX antenna. Okay, and there we go. So we have our GPS unit here. Let me make sure I can get this out without too much of a fight. Surgery. Hey, what's up, my friend? You were with us last night during the baseball cards. Man, that was fun. That was a fun day. Okay, so... all right. Where am I at here? Okay, let's go to beta flight real quick. Let's connect this back up. No, that looks fine. All right, let's power it back up here. Yeah, I think we definitely have I need this to change here, but I need to pull up. What I'm gonna do, while that's happening, I tell you what we're gonna do is I'm gonna switch back here so that I can, the only reason I take off the computer screen here is I've got the gentleman's information on my browser, so I don't want that to pull up. But I am going to go to the HLRC website because I want to see, and then I can show you guys a screen after that. I just don't want to see his personal information popping up. I want to look at, let me go to their products, and then let's just go to their accessories, GPS, and let's see what they're offering. All right, so this is what they have here, and I'll show you this real quickly. There we go. They did change this batch, and this is what I don't understand. So the old batch, here's one thing that's kind of confusing to me is this is a new quad, and this old batch statement has been here a while. So what I'm going to do is let me check and see if we can drop it down. But what the hell? Where is the rest of their information on this? Darn you. The heck is that? I don't even know what that sound is. Hey, that's my dad. Oh, he's in Beirut, so sorry guys, give me a second. I need to see what he's doing. He's texting me. Okay. I don't have time for this. Stupid Apple wants my stuff. Sorry guys. I'll do it in a minute. All right. Let me see. We should be able to go down here in baud rate as well, but that's not what I need. That's not what I need. Let me see this one. Here we go. That's what I need. All right. Let's pull this board manual out. Let's make sure we've got everything wired properly here. Volt ground. So there's a little bit of confusion here, but let me just verify that I have this right. TX. The wiring diagram that I have here, and I'll show you what I'm looking at least from what I'm looking at here, is not matching what I'm seeing, okay? And the problem is this is where it gets kind of confusing. So I'm going to make a change real quick just to see, because it could be that I'm not seeing it right, but I don't want to sit here and waste a bunch of time. I'm going to go ahead and just jump right into it. So what we're going to do is we're going to swap our wires here. My dad is like nonstop texting me now. Okay. Now, let's power it back on. See if anything changes with this at all. Just because I need to verify that. All right. So now let's go back to beta flight, and I will give you the screen back. Here we go. Let's connect. We should not have an issue with voltage here, so there goes that. Let me verify that we are on the right port. We are. Let's see. 105, if that's what they gave him. They did. I'm going to drop this just because I want to see. What's up, 80? Right now we're just trying to find, I'm going to take out, tell you what, we're going to power this back down, power this off, and we're going to remove these two. So let me clean this up real quick. Now I want to see when I power it back up. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a different GPS on here now, so I can test the GPS itself. And unfortunately, the plug that's on here isn't going to work. That's great, my luck, because it doesn't fit what I'm going to be using. Let me just verify again with HTLRC. So there, where'd it go? What is this crap? I don't want to do that. All right, so their wiring diagram is 5 volt, and this is RX TX. So let's see what we have. And the flight controller would be pin 4 to the TX. So pin 4 is yellow. Yellow would go here, unless they have it the different version. So let me try this, and then I will change the config on here. Either way, I'm getting the same result, so we could have a faulty GPS. We will find out. And it looks like we may not be able to get our GPS to tick, but let's see. One more try. just going to try to change a few things before I change the GPS out altogether. And it looks like the GPS is probably going to be toast, but we're going to check. I have to test it all fully, so I'm going to change it around just a few things just to see. And so far it looks like we have nothing. Now, one of the things that I do want to do here is I'm going to go to my CLI and I'm going to back up. I'm going to do a full dump here. Okay. And save it. Hey, Angel, what's up, bro? I was just, you know what? I just had your goggles on the bench here earlier. Was doing some stuff for it, so that'll I'll hit you up with that in just a little bit. Let's go to Notepad and hit a paste here. All right, now what I'm going to do here is let's do a firmware update. Let's go back to my stuff here. Turn the power off. I don't need the power on for this. Hey man, thanks a lot, PJ. I appreciate you writing that, man. It means a lot to me. Thank you very much. I try to do what I can. So hopefully I can keep helping give some good content here, but I do appreciate your support. Okay, so the lovely and awesome way that this happens with here, so I'm just going to close Betaflight down because it gets hung right there. Going to open it back up and do an update firmware again. Let me see if I can make this happen without having to push my boot button. Wonderful. Oh, looks like the boot button is broken. What the heck? All right, so we got a jammed boot button here, which is also well, that's not fun. Hold on a second. Let's see what we can do here. This thing is just one problem after another. Well, golly, that doesn't help me at all. Wonderful. So if anything can go wrong, it is, and that's wonderful. So we have a jam boot button here. So no matter what, I'm going to end up probably replacing this board now. But I've got to, under an RMA, but I'm going to just check and see, because I want to finish what I started. Now let me see if I can get, I do not like this, so let me just check something out here. See if I can make this point of contact here pretty easy. Or if the button's completely broken. Ah, there you go, DFU mode, just what I wanted right there. So we do a little rigging, and now we should be able to flash our firmware. So we definitely have an issue with the button here. I'm not sure if this thing had been jammed by the end user or what, but for whatever reason, that was screwed up. So we're gonna flash this again real quickly, see what happens. And hopefully get somewhere with this. Let me get my stuff put aside a second. And what I'm hoping to do is I want to reset everything and then make sure that if there's still a problem, then we can deal with it. These are all the steps we have to do when we're troubleshooting. So it's not just a simple, hey, yeah, let me just swap this out, because you don't gain any knowledge doing that. You just basically do an easy way out, and that's not really fun. So we're going to test this real quickly and see what happens. Okay. So let's do the flash first. Now we've backed up all the configuration. One of the things that's weird to me, and I'll have to check with HDLRC, is why they would send a flight controller out that has 4.2.0 firmware. I almost am tempted to wonder if the customer had adjusted this prior to sending it to me. I mean, we get that all the time, which is why I'm having to do what I do, because I always treat it like it's like a secret shopper trying to test me. So I have to make those changes. Let me see. I believe this is going to work right there. So let's do that. Now let's head on over to our, okay, calibrate our accelerometer. That's fine. Go to configuration. Let's head down to our GPS now and see now. Let me see if we can get any kind of now let me turn that off. That's part number one. Now we have to go back and change this here. Okay, so at that point, I'm going to stop it right here. And what I will do next is I will now go straight into adding a new GPS to the unit. And again, no matter what, it looks like the board will have to be replaced. But the weirdest part about it is that I can't tell you. I need to check with HTLRC first to verify. And I may try to use these. I may try to use it. Let me see if this will fit in my GPS here real quick. So I'm going to use the, let me see, it's going to be the 180. Let me test that out first. Just to, oh, no, it's going to be too small of a plug. Oh, darn it, all of these are going to be too small. I guess I have to do the damn wiring. Yeah, the 180 uses a smaller. Let me see. Maybe not, maybe not. We shall see. Oh no, I might be in luck here. So obviously the wiring is not the same, but so let me go and check my stuff here real quickly. I need to make notes on this, so bear with me a second. I like to keep my notes now. This is day 5, 3/22. All right, bear with me one sec, guys, as I get this ready. There we go. Okay, so that's my notes on this work. Now what we're going to do is we're going to change out, so let me just change the wiring here so we can make it match. So what I'm going to do is, because I really don't feel like reinventing the wheel on this plug, so I'm going to pull all the pins out, which at the end of the day it might have been easier for me to just resolder it. I just don't feel like it right now. So I'm going to pull all the pins out and rearrange them, and it's going to go in order of ground. So we're going to take the yellow out. And we're going to take the ground out. Those are the only ones actually we have to change, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that we're going to swap the yellow and the black, and the red and the white will stay the same. So let's take the black, pull that out. Let's push these tabs back down so the wires stay in there properly. Okay, let's put the black wire back in where the yellow was. There we go, and let's put the yellow in where the black was. Come on, homie. Don't you want to go home? My fat fingers are not good for this. Come on, fool. There. Okay, now let me verify the wiring. So when this plugs in, we should end up with ground, TX, RX, and 5 volt. And let's verify that's the case. Oh, that's theirs. I need this one. All right, so if I can just look at this and verify it. So ground TX, so TX is going to go to RX, so let me make sure I've got my RX labeled properly. That is going to be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, second tab. So ground, TX, so white will go to, I gotta put this down, I keep forgetting where I'm at. Go to the last, so we'll put white right here. We'll put yellow right here. Come on. Here we go. All right, let's see how it goes. So we've rerouted it here. This is set. Everything should be good. Hopefully we have no shorts. And at this point, I'm willing to risk it. So let's see what happens. Okay, we have our blue blinking. So it looks good so far. Excuse me, so far. So let's get over here and maximize our beta flight. Let's connect. And look at that. We now have a GPS signal. So one thing we know for sure is that the FC in this area is not bad. Our configuration, let's go and check what we've got here. Let's go to our GPS tab here. I'm gonna let it locate. We've got a blinking blue light. I don't think we're gonna have any problems here, but the speed of the BN, let me just check something else out real quickly. Bear with me a second. Let's see, I'm gonna wait for this blinking here while I do this. Okay, so let me make it my notes here, because we're gonna change to 57.6. Just need to update my notes. Let's go back here, go up here, give you guys back the screen. Let's go to our ports, let's go to 57.6, click save. And let's start seeing some GPS, shall we? Come on, give me something good here. So I'm gonna give this a minute. Now, keep in mind we are inside, so trying to lock in anything is gonna be probably a little tedious, but we're gonna see if we can get something here in just a second, all right? While that's going on, let me go check the rest of this out. Let me go to receiver real quickly and see if I see anything. I don't personally see any signs of a bad gyro. I think that that could probably be something related to, you never even know. It could be a setting on his receiver. I'm gonna let this sit just a little bit longer and see what we need to do, but we are getting our feedback from the GPS, so that is good. Hopefully we'll get something here in just a second. Let's go back to my ports and we'll go to our receiver now and let's see what he is running. Right, so he's running his crossfire, so I'm going to configure that for him as well. Give it just a little bit longer here, and then let me go up to my ports tab. I think 57.6 should be fine for this one, so we're going to let this sit just a little bit. All right, in the meantime, let's see what else we've got. We've got a crossfire that we're going to bind to, and we still need to get UART2 here, so let's see if we can get that going. And it's transmitting, so we're going to let our GPS wait just a little bit. All right, well, as far as that goes, I need to wait for that, and then I need to get the new flight controller ready anyway, because then we're going to have to swap this out. Looks like we're going to have to change the GPS out too. A little disappointed in that, but let's see what we get. So let's get back to the board while that GPS is registering, and we will keep an eye on that. Oh, there it goes. Hold on. I just took it off there, and now you can see it. All right, so we are getting satellite signal right here. Okay, so we know the GPS is working. Now, unfortunately, like I said, we're inside. It's a really crappy day, so we've got a lot of interference, but the GPS is working. So really the next thing to do is going to be to figure out when we put I'm going to put it back together. Before I change this flight controller out, I'm actually going to put it back together, do a test flight, and see if I get this yaw that he's talking about. But so far, I don't see anything. I don't see any signs of that on here. Let me see. I may bind this while we're doing this video, but then I'm going to end up having to cut the video at this point, only because, well, because I've got to wait to finish the rest of it for a test flight. Let me go get my radio. All right, so I'm going to use my TBS. I've got my crossfire. We kind of try to slide this without screwing anything up. Let me move this out of the way, just like that. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and start binding. But to do that, I'm going to get off of the. Hey, Jason, no problem, man. And I got a bunch more now, so you're going to be all set, brother. I appreciate you. Appreciate everybody who's had the patience to let me move back. Get my stuff back situated at home too, guys. I know that's kind of been a hassle for some of y'all, but I do appreciate it. All right, so we're going to pop this off here, and what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and here we go. Let me power my radio on real quick. Okay, so let's do a, all right, we are going to do a bind here. Let me get this ready. Okay, let's leave that there. Get to its slowness to reset it, and we will start binding to this in just a second. Give me 1 sec, guys, and I will get this all on the screen for you as well. Let's skip. Okay, we're going to go to settings here. Okay, so let's do a screen share here, and we're going to confirm. And while that's going on, let me get back here. We'll leave that for a second. All right. So outside of that, so we've got the GPS. I need to make the notes on the GPS because what we have is on the, let me see, on the HDLRC GPS, we have swapped. So it is, they have it wired as 5 volt ground TX RX. Okay, so we'll do that. Let's give this a second. Okay, turn that, power this one off. All right, so we're going to get this one ready to go, and then let me see what else we got to do. Okay, now let me head over to Betaflight real quickly and see if we can get this connected. All right, looks like we're pretty much, our GPS is working very well. We've got our satellite signals. So what I'm gonna do now, guys, is we've got everything pretty much ready to go. So all I'm gonna do now is get this thing put back together, get ready to do a test flight on it and see what happens. So if you'll give me about, I don't know, 20 minutes, we'll be back to finish the second part of this and see if we do see that slight yaw in there, and then we'll be good to go. But so far, it looks like we did have a bad GPS unit. We have a weird bind button issue that was not mentioned, so I'm not really sure what happened with that one. And now we're getting ready to do our test flight, so we should be, let me go to, yeah, we should be ready to go here in just a minute. So that's it. All right, so I'll see you guys in just a little bit with the test flight, so we'll be back for part 2 here. I am waiting, let me see, get all this done. And that's it. All right, guys, so give me just a few, and we'll be right back. Peace.